Hi, it's Meg, and it is Wednesday, the 13th of November, and I'm just guess this would be my sixth anxiety update. So hopefully, by the look on my face, you can see that things have actually been going really well, and they still have. I said I would do an update after I did my first return to work meeting, and that was actually yesterday, and I forgot. That's the way it goes. So at my work, how my work is when you're on short-term disability for any reason, whether it's you break your leg, you have a disease or anything like that, including mental illness, they come up with a return to work program or process, and it's all very clinical, but in a weird way where you can't talk about any kind of medical term. So anyway, what that means is you go into a room with your manager and a lady on speakerphone, and you talk about, how long you've been out, and they go through a list of your work tasks, the things that you're responsible for, and then you say whether you agree if that's true, and it's like the description of the job, and then they move into talking about what a scheduled return to work program for you would look like, and then they look at you like, well, what do you want to do? And because I went through this a few years ago, I kind of knew what it was going to be like, and because I've been feeling really good, I had an idea. You're allowed to talk about what your barriers are, so that's not medical. You can talk about things that would be a barrier from you from doing your job. So for me, when I'm having real issues with anxiety, it's my dexterity, typing and so forth, and my ability to communicate. I develop a bit of a stutter. But that hasn't actually happened in a long time. There's been a little bit of trembling here and there, but not too bad. So anyway, came up with a plan, and that plan was for 3 times a week for 4 hours. First 2 hours doing something we call shadowing, where I work at a contact center. I'm a supervisor, so when you call somewhere, a bank or any service, and you get to the point where you're so cheesed off that you want to talk to a supervisor, that's me. And I actually really love my job because I can usually help people who think that they're in a situation that they can't be helped, or at least I can, get to the root of something or come up with some kind of solution. And I'm good at my job, if I don't say so myself. But one of my concerns, obviously, would be you do have those calls where people scream at you, and I didn't know how I would feel about doing that. So I would, right now the plan is shadowing with another person in my position, who is, someone who is well trained, and someone who's a senior, someone who would be in a mentor position, which is what I had been in before I went out, and listen to them take calls for 2 hours, and then I take calls for 2 hours. So today was my first day taking calls, and it went really well. I had a break before I went up to take my first call, and I went and got a coffee at McDonald's, and while I was waiting for the coffee, I started feeling like the urge to pace and kind of get into that shaky, rubbery leg feeling that I started all of this stuff. And then I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to wait for my coffee. I'm going to go upstairs, sit down, and just do it. And I did, and it went really well. And I lucked out because I had really easy calls and it wasn't busy. So tomorrow, being Friday, I'm not working. I go to see my doctor. And then Friday, I go to work again and do the same thing. So that's been really good. It's nice. It's just been nice to see people at work and see that they're happy to see me, and get people coming over and giving you hugs and saying how much they miss you, and you realize that I'm such a sap. You realize that you really miss them too, even just people that you wouldn't normally think about. I like cry over everything. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that being said, also on Monday, which was set up through my employee support program, which is a line you can call for anything. It's like, let's say you're getting divorced and you need legal advice or to get a lawyer, or let's say you're having problems with your kids, or anything. You have a drug addiction, anything in the world, you can call them and they'll help you. And it's one of the best benefits through my work. So I called and said that I would like to set up a few sessions of talk therapy. And so they're going to actually have my first appointment on Monday, which is great. Like, that's how fast they work. They're awesome. It's with a family counselor, but I guess I'm just kind of looking to see what they think regarding like coping mechanisms. What happened, what caused this anxiety initially was, it was a pretty specific, session of events. But, it could happen again, and, we'll see. And I see my family doctor tomorrow. By then she'll have had the information from the psychiatrist, so we'll go through that. But things have been good. I'm still like working within the things that I know I'm comfortable with. I push myself when I can. And I'm also learning to tell people no, because, I need to get better at saying that word. That I think that's half the reason I get into these issues is saying no is not something that I have an easy time doing. And I'm wearing this beanie. This beanie was made by my friend Sarah, and she will tell me if I'm wearing it right. I don't know if I am, but it's comfortable and I really appreciate it. This weekend, plans are actually going to go out and socialize with the world on Saturday. My friend is turning 30, and she is going to have a cocktail party, and the theme is Only the Good Die Young. So everybody comes inspired by their favorite villain. And I'm doing Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter, so I'm excited for that. I can't drink, obviously, but, it'll still be fun to see everybody else. And we're going to go out to a club. I don't know how long I'll stay at that. I might just, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe. So if you have any questions or comments, I'm new to YouTube. I don't think these videos will always be about anxiety. I'm also hoping to do a few more makeup tutorials. The first and only one on there is pretty bad because I had just started taking clonazepam, and I was like, I could probably have one drink with clonazepam, and you can't. It's definitely a dry drug, and it's like the tutorial is like almost half an hour long. So don't watch it. I'm also a much better makeup artist than that. But I'm hoping also for Christmas maybe to get a better camera and do a few things, and I'll probably make a new one maybe next week. Maybe after the party, and see how that one goes. So again, as I said in past videos, and what I've always commented on Reddit is, if you are having anxiety or depression, you can't fight it by yourself. I tried for too many years, and you need to, even if it's just to an after-hours clinic or your family doctor, you have to tell someone, you have to get help. You'll feel so much better. And it does work. It can take some time to find a treatment that works. I was on multiple medications, and I may have to change medications again in the future. But, I just can't stress it enough. And I know not everyone is lucky enough to have a family doctor that they feel really comfortable with, or a family doctor at all. But please just, take that message as you can't fix this on your own. And I wish everyone the best. Take care.